Alright, so first video for today. If you're watching this, I might still be live on Twitch, doing Gouda things, whether I stayed up from doing the raids or whatever. Just know I'm probably live when this video drops. So, the pinnacle of Nobunaga's. I say pinnacle because this is their more fan fiction. Basically, this Nobunaga is a fan fiction version of Nobu. Imagine Nobukatsu just went wild for how awesome his big sister is, and then you get this Nobu. I'm 90% sure it wasn't Nobukatsu that did that, but that's pretty similar to how this Nobu came out. Maybe eventually we'll get the real Nobunaga that is similar to Napoleon, where they're the concept of Nobunaga into that highest tier, this is what Nobunaga is. So, maybe that will happen in the future. It's not happening this year, so maybe Gouda 8 if we get there. Red-haired form is my favorite, and it's not just because mommy step on me reasons. Alright, so looking at their upstairs base stats, 12.6k attack. This is very nice. This is very high for just units in general, and considering Maou Nobu is going to be fighting type neutral, the higher this is, the better. That's pretty much why all Avengers base attacks are so high, is because most of the time they're type neutral. HP is lower than the attack. You do want Nobu to have some HP to get tickled by. Really will help with MP gen, but not the biggest thing. What was this? Hopefully that stops. Star weight, Star gen. I'm not gonna talk too much about this. This is uplifted by Nobukatsu, which is different use case than most people. MP gain 0.49. I don't like it, but it doesn't really matter that much since Maou Nobu is mostly a buster farmer. In challenge quests, you're gonna have to rely on the crits. You are gonna have to rely on the crits in boss fights and challenge quests. This deck, though, this whole deck is why the gain is so bad, because 4 hits on quick, 4 on arts, 6 hit on buster, and 5 hit on extra. If Maou Nobu's base stats were better, this would be she would have one of the best kits in the game. Upstairs wise, everything would just work. Very high hit counts for MP refund and star gen, but she's an Avenger. Alright, let's actually close this. That didn't work. Yeah. Maou Nobu is expected to be getting hit, thus MP charge and Avenger passive. A lot of stuff went into this character, besides lore reason. First skill, got something spicy to go with 3-turn farming, which is it's almost like the big damage numbers was built because of Maou Nobu. So off the rip, you get a 30% attack buff. Every turn after that, you get 20% more attack. Second turn is 50, third turn is 70. This 70 is the final wave in pretty much every buster farming. You need the damage the most. So having it scaled this well when both Oberon and Coin's Guy do not give attack buffs, very, very nice. It already starts the damage scaling very well. And let's just have a preview of what that damage scaling looks like. Avengers. Oof. Oof. Can't black rail. but I don't even know if this is taking into account the Sky attribute. Like, more damage than full set Black Rail archetype Arcwood. Like, not hitting. Okay, so she's outdone by Okitan. But Okitan has so many, like, this is, yeah. Just know this is very high numbers. Like, this is honestly some of the highest numbers in the game for like creature and stuff. Like, Melusine is like one of the only people that like just shits on it. Like, takes a giant steaming dump on that damage, but that's Melusine with a Black Rail. So just know, high attack on one skill, very good for damage scaling. Second skill is buffed, because we're mostly talking about JP. Invul for 1 turn, buff removal resistance for 1 turn. So if you're fighting like, I don't know, Shiro Amakusa, yeah, Amakusa, yes, okay, best use case. You are fighting Amakusa. He is about to MP, yeet your buffs away. You pop this, he's not taking any of your buffs. Oh my god, I am... Okay, wait, there's no way Amakusa is also Sky attribute, right? Surely there's no way. Good, okay. Yeah, there's no way they're literally just gonna give an anti-Amakusa skill. Full, if you're fighting Amakusa, he's gonna get like blown up immediately. But no, Sky attribute, which when we're gonna come to EMP, bring this back up. All these servants also, pretty much all these servants also have divinity, like all of them. Divine. Fine. That's what I'm more surprised about. Okay, does not have the divine trait. Like, I actually have to find servants that do not have the divine trait in this list. That should show how good of a damage mod that Sky is. In combination with the MP. Just know, like, this is gonna hit a lot of people very hard. Yeah, like, with this list, I don't think it's taking into account all the damage mods. It's just, like, attack, buster, over, and, MP damage. Also, burning battlefield. I didn't really say it with here, but this is like the famous Nobbu thing. And you burn yourself, but it doesn't really matter. But this is very important for the other 2 skills. You need to pop this or before you pop these. Which, very good that this has a very low cooldown. So, third skill. Crit stars every turn, just like Summer Nobbu. Next video. 30% battery, which is greatly needed. The skill was very bad. You were, like, when Oberon Coin Sky even came out, you weren't able to do buster farming until this this buff, which was Guda close call? Good with Guda get a 6? Huh. I thought this came with the rerun, but I think that was Okita Alter. Yeah, that was when Okita Alter got her battery buff to give, like, attack buff. Yeah, now I remember. But, and if you're on the burning battlefield, you get another 30%. So if you are on the burning battlefield, this gives you, like, more, this gives you the amount of scaling that, like, supports, like, 2 supports would normally give. But, okay, I'm exaggerating that. Like, 70 attack, 50% damage mod, and 30% hard buff. Very, very high, or face card damage smacks if you can crit on them, on these cards with which Nobukatsu will allow you and give you a 100% crit buff. I said that right, 100% crit buff. And star weight, face cards in Challenge Quest, demolishes. Passive skills. We got, and for Avenger, these kind of are not that good. MP Gen when taking damage, not even the full 20. Debuff resistance down 77.5%. Which, like, the higher this value is, the bigger the demerit. So it's like good and bad. 2% crit damage. Whatever. 3.3 gauge every turn. Again, it cool, but it's not the biggest thing. Mana loading, first and foremost, you need to go for this. This will allow you to buster farm. You literally can't do it unless you have this unlocked. Or you have to use a K-scope. Or you'd have to use K-scope. Extra attack if you get MP2. Not recommended. Alright, MP. I really hope this gets buffed. And it's not because of the damage, even though that would be fucking ridiculous. Here's Avengers. With all niches, she's doing single target damage. And it actually will show the different turns. Cool. Right, okay, so it's showing so many because you kind of need it. But yeah, with all niche, turn 3, you're looking at very comparable damage to like Jolter at MP1. It's definitely taken down a couple pegs, but that's your reference point, and that's for an AoE MP. Burn, so you can do Honey Lake stuff. To remove all divine enemies defensive buff. This is why I want this to be removed or changed to like all enemies, because it's like it is so super specific. Like Sky attribute divine servants is where Mount Nobbu has the niche, which is, again, we just saw this, all the Sky attribute servants, and almost all of them are here. And because type neutral, you can fight literally every servant here except BB and Jinako. Bond CE, buster performance, MP damage with a demerit. At the current cost, the CE sucks, because I can just use the Bunyan CE. That's 8% buster and 15% MP damage, and have a 50% battery for 3 more costs. I won't have a demerit. Nobbu would be able to buster farm in that instance. This CE is not worth it unless the cost goes down. Is she worth summoning for? Not on JP. We've got too many busted servants coming out to be like constantly going back. It's why I stopped summoning on JP to begin with. I don't want trying to play catch up on that account. That account pretty much only going for new servants now. Like I said, I would go for Jacques MP2 on that account, but even now I'm like hesitating because like Sen no Rikyu is just so good. Am I really gonna go for another copy of Jacques when that might happen in on GSSR over getting a new character? Like, Muramasa and Melusine are like more up in the air because of how good those two are. Like twos, really gonna spend money on JP for that? Like in Muramasa, I probably wouldn't even spend on JP because it's about to come out on NA, which I have a better account for him. So yeah, the climate not too not too good to be summoning. But I mean, Maou Nobbu, very hot. Peak Nobbu in a different way. They're pretty cool. I'm happy that I do have them on my account. All right, next one is gonna be Summer Nobbu, and that video should be coming out later today, and then Nobukatsu tomorrow, because we gotta talk about Nobukatsu. All right, peace.